Now I'm concerned that 34 is either banged up, sick, combination,
Something's
both.
Something's really weird going on there.
Something's fishy there, guys.
Something's really fishy because
it's not sick. Like,
no, I mean,
you're not sick for that many days in a row. Something's up with him.
Something's going on with this guy. I mean, what I find fascinating about this is that Sheldon Keefe, the first comment he made to the media before they played a game, no medical updates, strict orders, don't ask me anything. And now he's given like deep-rooted updates on Auston Matthews and how he's feeling. I find it hard to believe. If he is ill, it's something really, really serious. Like, it's not the standard flu or cold, because it kicked in a week ago. I don't recall a scenario. I can't remember one where a guy played 40 minutes and left in the third. And I find it impossible to believe, and you guys can speak to this better than I can, the idea of a doctor going up to him and saying, "Can I check your temperature to see if you can play in the third?"
No. I saw him on the bench with the trainer, and he said to the trainer, "I can't bleep and skate."
Yeah, he was so out of it on Saturday in terms of the way he was skating, the way he was playing. You wouldn't even notice he played. Like, you really would not have noticed through 40 minutes that he even was playing. And I think the same thing in Game 3. Like, something has popped up. He may have had an illness. I don't dispute that. It may be a combination of whatever. Ultimately, it doesn't necessarily matter. The Leafs aren't the only team that – every team does this. No one's going to give full details. No one's going to be fully transparent. They're going with illness because it was out there already. He may not be feeling well, but it doesn't sound like he's playing tomorrow night. Like, the audio coming out of skate today would indicate they're basically moving past him. And the idea of a flu or a cold or whatever keeping him out of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Wrong.
Game 5. Yeah. I mean, it just
Which is just it's just their thing. They don't want to disclose what's up. It doesn't really matter anyway. If you're saying that he's probably not playing, then they have to pull off the miracle here. They have to have Joseph Wall go in there and have the game of his life, and everyone else play way above what they've been, because I don't know. You lose that game in the fashion they did, it basically looks like curtains.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's really where they're at. And I will say, I had that thought watching on Saturday. It was a weird vibe when Matthews was on the ice. And again, the Leafs originally just tweeted out he's not returning, didn't give a reason, and then they waited. Yeah. Keefe came out, then he gave a reason, which means they convened. They figured out, okay, how are we going about this? And they revealed the info. But we had a lot of discussions on who should win the Hart Trophy this year. What I saw to this team in Game 3 and Game 4 boosted his case, because if he's not ripping 10, 12, 14 shots on net, scoring every single game.
Not a lot going on.
There's nothing going on. There's nothing going on. And what he represented throughout the season was the opponent basically had to throw all their time and energy at that guy. And then it opened up lanes for everyone else. And when he's not himself, because he was in Game 2, and we saw what happened in Game 2. He wasn't in Game 3. He certainly wasn't in Game 4. There wasn't anyone else that really stepped up. And, again, we don't know if he's going to play. They're saying they hope he's going to play. Do we have the audio from John Tavares from today on Matthews? Why don't we play this? Because I think this is an indication of where the Leafs are at and maybe where they're at with Matthews. Here's what Tavares had to say about the possibility of missing him.
It's not ideal not to be without Auston Matthews. I mean, you're talking about one of the best players in the world. But there's tremendous depth, I think, talent and character on this team, and it's a great opportunity for all of us to step up, raise our game, which is already needed and necessary. So, just go out there and stick, like I said, stick together, believe in one another and what we're doing, and just keep pushing forward, keep fighting.
Man, those comments, he just needs to come out one time and say, they don't have to be Wendell Clark or Doug Gilmour, but we've got the tremendous depth, and we believe. Just say it. Like, we got to show some balls and some nuts and go into Boston and win a game. If not, we're done and we're screwed. And it's our fault because we haven't performed up to the standard lately. All that other stuff is nonsense, man. And I know that he's he's a different guy than I am. He's a different guy than all three of us are. He's a smart guy. He looks at things differently. But it's just got to cut it out.
I think it's gone too far, though. I think he's afraid to put a target on his back. quite frankly. I think they all are.
He doesn't have to put it on his back. He's the captain. He speaks on behalf of the team.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, if you're the captain, step up and say, if Matthews isn't here, I'm going to be the best player on the ice. He's not doing that because he knows he can't be. Like, that's the issue. John Tavares is actually kind of blended in here. The whipping boy is Mitch Marner right now. Everyone's got to take on Mitch. Willie and where he's at, what happened, and how did he miss the first 3 games. Now the distraction's Auston Matthews. John Tavares is the captain of this team. He's making $11 million.
Okay, Brian, but he doesn't have to go in there. He doesn't have to say, I'm going to be the best guy.
I'd like to see it, though. Why not? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I agree with you. Say something differently, but he won't, because then it's like, all right, you do it. And I don't think he can. And I think he knows
And
he
you know
can.
what? Ultimately, it probably doesn't matter anyway. Like, sometimes it'd just be hero talk anyway. But it's just so matter of fact. Like the way they played and the way they're losing time and time again, year after year. And it's like, execution, and we believe in the guys, and we got enough in there. It's just
the same thing with the coach.
What are you talking about, man?
That's
Same
where I was
thing.
going to go, guys. It's 3-1. Yes, it doesn't look good. But I'm telling you, we sat there. Hayes, I'm sure you were on a headset. Listen to the media Saturday night. They were talking like the season was over.